So today we feel like reviewing. Okay.
What?
Come on, get your head in the game. So today we feel like reviewing. So today we feel like reviewing. Okay. Come on, give it.
Strong! Oh, I think I'm gonna have one.
I didn't know Vikings still existed.
They mostly live in Minnesota.
I love Pokemon. Woo! It's gonna be good.
Jeez. Yeah, so Pokemon turns 21, so we thought it appropriate to review the first movie along with a beer by Grimm called Psychokinesis.
A dry hop sour ale. Hopefully it's as delicious as my nostalgia is for the Pokénans. Let's get to it. So Mewtwo is a clone of the most rarest of all Pokemon, Mew. He gets cloned, gets real pissed off because he's a clone. And I guess clones are bad? Even though he thinks they're not. So he escapes, gets super powerful, and collects trainers from all over the world and invites them to his house. Now the trainers show up and they're like, what's the dealio? We're supposed to be fighting the best Poké Master and it's a Pokemon? That's stupid. So then Mewtwo clones their Pokemon and forces them to fight. Even though that's what Pokemon do, the way he does it is a real dick way of doing it. Ash gets turned to stone for no reason, because I guess Mewtwo's magic, and then he comes back to life after everyone cries. It's a very touching moment, and then Mewtwo runs away. And it's awesome!
So I could tell you really like this film.
I love this film. Not only the film, the entire franchise. As you can tell, I got a thing for the Pokemons. My favorite is Starmie. Glass cannon, but pow!
Now, I appreciate all your nerd attire. You usually wear something a bit nerdy on the show, but
Of course.
that hat's not doing it for me.
But this?
Yeah, it's gotta go.
I'll get rid of it. So let's move back on to the film. The best part of the movie for me was the nostalgia factor. I haven't seen this movie in about 10 years. It was just as good as the last time I watched it and the first time I watched it. So you've never really been into Pokemon.
Nope.
Because you suck. And that's okay. What do you think this movie has to offer from a non-nostalgic point of view?
It was tough. Honestly, this film was really hard for me to watch. It was very cringeworthy. I don't have any nostalgia value to Pokemon whatsoever. I watched one episode as a kid, but at that time I was watching things like Outlaw Star and a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that, so you know, I was better than this show. And
wow, that's fighting words right there. All right, if you're a kid, I mean, it is a kid's movie. I'll grant you that. But even as a kid's movie, this movie stands up on its own. It's got a pretty dang awesome plot.
Okay, so the plot is extremely simple. You got bad guy who's super angsty.
Who am I?
What's deeper
But
than that?
it's not developed at all. It's just, oh, why am I here? I want revenge. So my favorite part was right at the beginning when the Pika Man fell off the edge of the cliff.
Pikachu?
And it was just like a little cute thing. And I don't understand this whole concept of fighting these cute animals. Like, I feel like this should be more like a, you know, Fraggle Rock type show. You got all these like cute animals. They should do cute things, you know?
Oh, that's what makes it a great dynamic. You have cute monsters
I don't want to
duking
see
it out.
I don't want to see little cute animals getting killed left and right and then being sucked into balls.
Well, don't get a goldfish.
One thing that irks me is Ash always uses the Pika-chan, and it's totally unfair. He's like an OP character, and I get that from playing Super Smash with you. You always use that fucking Pika-chan and kick my Jigglypuff ass.
That's because Pikachu is a high-skill character in Smash Brothers. You've got a wide moveset, and he outputs a ton of damage, but you gotta be accurate. And when you play,
No.
you go Yoshi and jump off the edge.
If we talk about the final battle scene,
Yep.
where you got the good guys and the bad guys who happen to be the clones of the good guys,
Yeah.
they're fighting. And the most hilarious moment for me in this film was when, I believe it was the nurse, she comes out and says,
Pokemon aren't meant to fight.
No. What she's trying to say is the way that they're fighting is not right. It's okay to have friendly competition, but this is not friendly competition. That was her point.
No. See, they started the line, and then they realized that the entire show is about fighting. So she follows it up with,
Not like this.
Yes, the line did seem a little awkward, but the message was valid. She was saying that, in the world of Pokemon, friendly competition is highly praised, and it's a nice, fun thing to do. It's a good hobby. But not when you're fighting out of hate, which is clearly what Mewtwo is trying to do. Now, I get that you don't like Pokemon, because you're dumb. But this is Review and Brew. And there's a good reason why we chose this movie, and that's because Pokemon turns 21 and is now old enough to drink.
which is true, and that's why we're doing this. But there are seriously so many other things that are turning 21 this year. I mean, you have Daria, you have The Fifth Element, you have Men in Black, you even have Harry Potter, which is one that you would like. You have Batman and Robin. Okay, scratch that last one. But any of those would have been better than this, I think. I mean, Pokemon is a childish show, and I don't understand why people our age are still Pokemonning.
Well, at least I'm not the one with the shitty YouTube channel, which is never ever gonna take off.
It's only because I have the shittiest co-host in the universe.
Well, you're just a big stupid idiot.
Dumb guy.
Big meanie.
Jerk.
You're just pissed off because you missed out on a huge part of our culture in the 90s and you never fit in. Aw, are you sad because you lost? Wow, would it make you feel better if we did the beer review?
A little bit.
Well, we're going to review Psychokinesis by Grimm, which is a dry hopped sour ale.
We thought it was fitting since our main villain could move things with his mind, so we decided to try to do the same with this brew.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. That is very lemony.
That is pretty dang good.
This is a good beer.
That is a fresh tasting beer. It's got a great lemon quality to it. It's super fresh and bright. And it's muted a little bit by the dry hop character. And it makes it work. It makes a very balanced, refreshing beer. And we have warmer days coming up ahead, my friends. Springtime is coming, and this is the beer you want for those days.
Much like the film that we watched today, it's all about friendship, and beer is about friends coming closer together, and we've definitely gotten beyond some of the nasty things that we've said tonight. So,
Thanks for watching Review and Brew. We love each and every one of our viewers. We'll see you next time. Adios.